Hey guys, it's Shannon Kelly again, and I just want to show you some push pin turkey calls. A lot of you guys don't know I make these. My biggest problem though is I don't have much time. I work for UPS, and I work a lot of hours. And between that and my duck hunt and making duck calls and all that, I just don't have hardly any time to do them. I love making them, and I really like the people that buy them. They're really nice people, and push pins are more like the bearded lady at the circus, or kind of the freak. But anyway, let's show you some. These are my personal calls, and this is snakewood, and this is blackwood. And let me look at the blackwood one right here. But what a push pin is that is the call. That little square piece, that is the call. That's a slate. It's on a track. Okay. The soundboard on the bottom, that is what holds the striker in there, kind of like your hand holding the striker. And the proper way to use a push pin call is to hold the pin, which is the call, and this is the actual striker. So figure you're holding like a pot call like that. This is the pot call right here. So we're a little close to the microphone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step back. But anyway, if you look at the pin. And a lot of my calls have this kind of like a little bigger oversized pinhole. See that hole there? That's to allow lateral play. And that really, the cluck is the only thing you want to do for that. Here is a good way to do that. Put on the weight in the bottom. And you know how you put your hand, I swear to tell the truth and all that, like you're on a Bible, you just hold it just lightly like that. The call in itself, just for the clucks alone, is worth having the call. Okay, so with all recording devices, you need to record yourself while turkey hunting to make sure you sound good. But you need to step back about 20 foot because the sound is just too for a fighting rattle. I use this all the time. I kill at least one nice gobbler, and usually the ones that come in ain't too scared. They usually the boss. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll run a diaphragm and cut at the same time like this. This one's snakewood right here, and anyway, I started with a checkerin this year. I'm not sure if guys want that, but it's really nice. You want to take this out real silently, like the lid keeps the guts dry. And imagine if you keep your pot call dry, your box call dry. Just put it right in there, just like that. Do a couple. You can kill a lot of gobblers with just the cluck. People don't realize how much the vocabulary is just clucks with hens. See, I just put my hand in. Gobbler can hear that from 100 yards, no problem. Sounds authentic, everybody else is cutting away. But if you listen very closely, it's got a front and a back end of a cluck, so it's very authentic. So. I make these, and I like making them in my spare time if I have more. But what I'm going to probably be doing is, a lot of guys contact me and they want to call. I just can't keep up. And I know there's a lot of other call makers that have been asking me for years. I'm probably just going to share some of the information on how I make it. Um, the two critical parts is the striker. That's the striker. The soundboard, I use titanium, but you can get away with copper, stainless steel, any kind of hard surface. You really never need to condition it once you with the titanium. It is so hard. The paddle is hollowed out in here, and the plate covers it up. That's to lighten it up. This spring, if you notice, my springs are not like other calls. If you look where it's resting at idle right there, there's not much tension on it. It is a much smaller spring, and if it sits right in there, just like that, and I have a certain way of making it, doing that, and I'm going to show people how to do that also. The soundboard is a 2-ply Macassar ebony and West Indian rosewood. There's a special gluing process with that, and I'll show people how to do that. You need some equipment, but it can be done. And once you learn how to make the soundboard, if you have any kind of knowledge, like you know how to make box calls, you could probably make some of these. And it is very frustrating. They're very difficult to make. I've made a lot of calls over my years, box calls, hundreds, perhaps thousands of pop calls, but the push pin is very challenging to make. Now the big trick to it is you want to hold the pin, pull the box forward, okay? Okay, you wouldn't hold a peg for a pot call and move the pot call over it. So knowing that this is the call and the striker is just your grip on the hand, that you wouldn't do that. So right now I'm not really accepting any names. It's probably a year or two when I get caught up, I'll be able to. But here, let me have you show you a better look at what I'm doing here. They are deadly. You know, gobblers ain't heard this yet. Okay, let's take a look. Soundboards. And the pins are knurled for grip. All right, thank you now.